Uh, Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Hi, so a brief intro about me. I'm working as a consultant in a company, and
Yeah, go ahead. I think,
I think he got disconnected.
yeah, he got disconnected. Right.
He's back.
Cool.
I think he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
hey, sorry. Uh, yeah, so continuing with that, I started learning Kubernetes and DevOps, and have interest in AWS, and just wanted to contribute. I was looking out to contribute in open source and learning in open source. Uh, that being the reason for me joining the call.
Cool, nice. Welcome to the community, Pranav. There are quite a lot of interesting repositories as well as projects that we have on board. So make sure to check out the Newcomers guide, and I'm sure there are a lot of community members who will guide you through. Let's move ahead with the next newcomer introduction. That would be, if I'm not wrong, Siva Nayak. Is this the first time, Siva, that you are joining this one? Mm, Your mic is on, but you're not audible if you're trying to speak. Yeah, let's give him some time. Till then, we have one more newcomer, that is Yahaya, if I pronounce it right, Muhammad. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Yahya Mohammed Bello. I recently joined the Layer 5 community. Uh, it's been my dream to communicate an open source project. I've been looking out, even on LinkedIn, on, websites, but I came across this website as a link on LinkedIn, your LinkedIn page, and I saw that you're accepting uh, open source contributors. So I just visited the website and I saw the Newcomers website where you can try to join. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you all.
That's great. That's great. Welcome to the community. Yeah, we have a lot of newcomers today on the call. So yeah, welcome everyone to the community. Make sure to check out the newcomers guide as well as for this meeting, which is the website's meeting. We have a Google Doc, which is for just keeping track of what agenda items we have. So on the top of the Google Doc, you'll find today's date where you can write in your name under the attendees section, so that we get to know how many of you attended today's meeting. So I'll paste the link in the chat, and you guys can write your names in the attendees section. Uh, and like it's for everyone, not only for newcomers. So yeah, cool. Let's begin with our first agenda item today. We are like a little late today. So cool. The first item we have today, which is today's highlighted topic. This has been on the agenda since last Wednesday. So it is about Jekyll collections and data files. So Subedy, would you like to go ahead with your topic?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So today I will be talking about briefly about what Jekyll collections are, like how are they useful in our website that we use. So Jekyll, we use Jekylls in a number of our websites. There are the doc website, the Meshery website, the service mesh performance website. These all use Jekyll as the language, right? And one of the fundamental, aspects of these Jekyll website is collections. So what collections basically are is that these are the groups of related contents. So for example, if I want to say there's a groups of people, the groups of say, let's say profiles, right? They can be defined in a certain category, right? So there is a group of people or their profiles, so they can be defined in category. So what we can do is we can group them together and say it as a collections. So so collections, as said earlier, is basically a group of related contents. So for today, what I will be doing is I will be using an example of our compatibility matrix to show the to explain what collections are and how we can use it. Yeah, I will be sharing your screen now. Okay. Okay, so so before I go into the explanations, I want to quickly show how our compatibility matrix looks and what basically is the compatibility matrix. So this is the compatibility matrix we have right now, right? So what basically the compatibility matrix does is that it shows all the like we have end-to-end test runnings for all the adapters, the Meshery, HTO, Linkerd, Kuma. We have end-to-end test running for all these adapters. And what the compatibility matrix show is that how like is the test that we run as successful for each Kubernetes version or not. So there are different the tests are run on different Kubernetes version, and then we are showing that if the test run was successful or was there any error through these metrics. So this is a basic overview of these all metrics, and if you want to go dig deeper, we have integration. Like if you want to see what are all the tests that were run, we have the integration tests which are stored as a collection. So these all tests that we that are shown are stored as a collection in a different file. So we compile all this, like we with the help of these all integration tests, we derive the compatibility matrix. Now the problem is that we have so many files. Like suppose for every adapter there are tons of end-to-end tests that we have done. So suppose let's say for HTO, so there are so many tests that each test is stored here in the docs website. So our task was to how to correctly iterate through all these tests and then show a proper compatibility matrix to them. So how we can so before I go how we can do that, let's see our code base how the collections or how the tests are stored as a collections, right? So these the workflows that run or each end-to-end test store these documents, these kind of documents in the Meshery repository. So what these documents basically are, it basically stores the different parameters of the test and what are the actual what are the results of the test. So each of these documents are grouped into one folder, compatibility, and this is the collections this is the collection that we use or that we use to display the compatibility matrix or the integration test that we see here. So how we can iterate through all of these is it's simple. Like if we treat these as an array object, so what if you talk about in simple terms, let's treat all of these as an array objects, right? And so if now things will be more clear. Like if we treat these as array object, we can use simple for loops or simple for loop or conditions for them. So so first we assign these like sorted test groups. So okay, sorry. The site.compatibly brings the collections through, like this is the way how we can access the collections, and this particular line basically assigns this variable name to all this site.compatibly. So if you want to see like what the Jekyll parses through, like what Jekyll sees, if we are just assigning it, we can quickly see here. Yeah, this is what Jekyll parses. Like if we just simply assign the collections, simply assign a collection and then show it. It's our job to go through all these document and iterate, like we go to iterate through all this information and then show information that is useful. So there are different parameters through which we can group our collections, or maybe we can even sort our collection by adding a different parameter of sort, right? Whatever is in need, we can add parameter through that. So currently, what our compatibility matrix is using is this thing. So it's grouping all the tests by its Kubernetes version. since we are showing what kind of since we are showing the Meshery adapters according to the Kubernetes version. So we group our collections of end-to-end test with the help of Kubernetes version. After that, we then go on to iterate this thing. So you can see here in this code that now after this we need suppose we need test for Meshery Istio only. Meshery Istio, I want to show all the successful tests. So what we could do is that if we first add a condition that whether it's the particular item from here, right, is of Meshery link Istio or not. After that, if it finds a Meshery Istio item, it then goes over all the Meshery Istio items, and then goes to this folder, right? Then it have this list of all of these folders. After that, so through this loop, we go to individual file, and then we check if the overall status is passing or failing. So it's simple. And one more thing, we can see there's a key value. There's a key and a value similar to an object in JavaScript. So in similar way, when we are accessing the if you want to see if the test overall status is running or not, we similarly when we access an object, we similarly access through the in the similar way we access here also, since the single is an individual page and then individual document. After that, if you want to see the document's overall status, we simply do a single dot overall status is check. You simply check the single dot overall status is passing or not. So yeah, that's basically a quick run view of how compatible matrix works and how we can iterate through collections using different how we can iterate through collections which are data files, and then how we can modify them to show information that are relevant to us. So the issue I was working on was that earlier the logic for calculation of the successful rate of a particular adapter was used to it was average of all the test runs, it's number of successful tests divided by number of total tests. But now it's changed to the latest test that we have run. So that's the issue I worked on, and it's completed. And at the same time, I also wanted to share how we can iterate through, or how we can modify, how we can show information through the data files using Jekyll collections. Yeah, any questions? I will be happy to help.
It's a great. That was a great presentation, Aditya. So I hope everyone at least got some of the other things from what Aditya presented. It was about Jekyll pages. So yeah, if you guys have any doubts, please ask him right now. He'll be happy to clear them out. Okay, no one, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think someone.
Yeah. Good day, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So I think that means that we can liken Jekyll to a template language, more like all those templates syntax. So I want to ask just a question. When you write include at the beginning of your page, like at the beginning of this file, what does the include? Does it really go to call a file that you want to map over, like at the beginning of this particular file, or any file you want to use something? I usually see there's a folder called .include, and I really want to understand what that folder is for. I usually see some pages that would have .include, and then it's more like you're calling a particular file from that folder. So if you can actually elaborate on that particular thing, maybe it could clear some blocks for me as well.
Yeah, okay. So include, if you want to understand in basic terms, is it reinforces reusability. So what include does is that it calls the folder from it calls a file from an includes folder, and then we can reuse it in many different places. So what include basically does is that we don't have to write a code. Suppose this compatible matrix, it's used in two places. One in this integration integration pages, and other on the supported platform pages. So what I basically did was that I made a compatible matrix.md in the includes folder, and then I basically used this include call to put this folder in these two different places, so that I don't have to write all of this long code in two different places. So what basically include does is that it helps in reducing the code and enables us to reuse the code. So using include is like highly appreciated and highly, it should be followed, right? It's a good practice, so that whatever change we do in a single page, it will reflect in all other pages also. Was I clear?
All right, thank you. So include is like import.
Yeah, it's kind of import. Yeah.
All right, that's clear for me. Thank you very much, Subscribing.
You're welcome.
Cool. Any other doubts for Aditya? Okay, I guess no. If you guys have any doubts later on, or maybe you've not heard the entire thing, you can check the YouTube stream out. We do post this the stream of this website's meeting on YouTube as well, so you can check that particular timestamp out where Aditya explained Jekyll pages, and you can ping him on Slack if you have any doubts. Cool. Thank you, Aditya. That was a great presentation. I'll
Welcome.
share the
Thank
screen.
you.
Yeah. Cool. The next topic we have is about the UI UX batch, which the design is complete. I think we also have a PR for it, but we do have some couple of issues. I think this is the PR. I'll post the link for it. We need some opinions from like everyone in general about how and where, like how should we implement the UI UX batch. I commented on the pull request as well. Like I think so basically this batch is about giving credit to all those UI UXers who have like designed sites or helped designing any part of the sites we have at layer 5. So like as we know, like at layer 5 today, we have a page where we list all the community members, and we also give them specific badges based on what projects they have worked on, or what aspect of community they have mastered. So like you can see on the screen, we have community, we have landscape, so we have Meshery. So for example, if worked on the Meshery project, we have people who have worked on the Meshery project, like we have Aditya, Abhishek, we have Ashish. And yeah, so basically we are creating one more batch for UI UXers as well to recognize their efforts, which need to be awarded on the basis of who have worked on sites or designing any part of the site. So yeah, I think the handing out part is going to be done by Casey. So that is done, but this PR needs a review, which is basically I'll just show you his deploy preview. So currently he has like I think Sam Code has put the name as UI UXer, which doesn't really sound that good. So yeah, in general needed suggestions from everyone as to what will sound right. Uh, if you can see, he has put a batch called UI UXer here. So either we can go with like UI/UX, or we can go with UI UXers. So yeah, I think if anyone has anything to say about this, they can go ahead. If anyone, uh, again, this is a topic of UI UX as well. So if anyone has expertise in that, they can go ahead, share their opinions. Cool. Lee, would you like to say something on this? Like, what should we go ahead with, UI UX or UI UXers? Cool. So yeah, you can check that PR out and give your feedback there itself on the PR if you think it should be UI UX or UI UX. Similarly, we are also designing a batch for the writers program. So people who have been a part of the writer program and contributing to blogs and posts and stuff like that, we are also recognizing their contributions and making a batch for them as well. So like even that needed a review. I think yeah, we have 3 designs as of now for the writers program. So yeah, please feel free to point out which one you think is the best, or like open a poll. Tell us which one do you feel is the best. The first one we have is your. The link is in the meeting minutes. You can check the Slack thread out. So if anyone thinks one design is better than the other, you can let us know in the chat, or even you can open your mics as well. I personally feel the third one is good. Yeah.
But I think I'm looking at these 2 designs and I'm thinking they are different. Like one seems more niched to the dark mode, while the other one is would preferable in the light mode. I don't really know, but then they look like quite different. One seems like it's for the dark mode, and the other one, but the third one looks more better in terms of UI wise. So and it's pretty intuitive in terms of UX wise. So, but then we could actually like see the lighter version. That would be perfect as well.
Yeah, I think we need a lighter version of this for the light mode, and then dark mode this suits well.
Yeah. That's just what I think.
By the way, people who are into UX on this call, we are still open for designs. So if anyone has their own design or wants to come up with one, you can definitely design your own badge and put it on the website's channel or reply to the same thread. So yeah, that's there. We haven't yet finalized a specific design. So if you want to come up with your own designs, you can definitely do that. So yeah, that was about the badges, and then we have integration sheet progress. I think it's Deepesha's topic. If she's there in the meeting. Deepesha is not there in the meeting, so we'll skip this topic for now. If she joins, we'll come back to this topic about the integration spreadsheet. And I think Gaganpreet is also not there today in the meeting. Cool. Next up, we have broken link. So yeah, again about this on layer 5/community/newcomers, which is basically a page for the newcomers. We have 2 broken links. So one is about the newcomers guide. So it redirects us to a broken URL. One is this, and the second one we have is the community guide. So both of these links are broken. So yeah, we need a fix for them, but also we are considering, as it is written in the meeting docs, that like to the handbook or maybe to the layer 5/community, or do we remove them entirely, and just keep the uh, links which are basically the repository overview, the newcomers meeting, or we point them to the handbook. So yeah, we need reviews and opinions on this as well. So you guys feel free to tell us what suits better. I think personally, if we point these links to the handbook, it'll sound better, as well as it'll make sense as well, because handbook does the same job as what our newcomers guide or the community guide does, to basically give an overview about layer 5. So that's there. Yeah, I mean, open to opinions. You guys can tell what you think is better. Utkarsh, would you like to say something on this?
I think we can just redirect them to the community handbook if currently as we are not having the guide. If we will be having, then we can replacing this because it will be beneficial for the newcomers. They will be able to understand how they can make contribution in the FI community.
Right. Yeah, I think that is a great option, that pointing them to the handbook. And also, as there are a lot of newcomers today on this call, make sure you fill the member form so that you get access to all the community drives, as which includes the meeting doc as well that we are using today. So make sure you fill this form, which is basically the newcomers form, and you also have tutorials and resources to get you started. So yeah, it's a great resource for newcomers. Uh, cool. We'll just write down that. Next up, we have the writers program. So yeah, at layer 5, we do have a writers program, I think, which is basically a great way of contributing to layer 5 as a non-code contribution, right? Which includes like writing all these blogs and resources and posts about. So yeah, all of these are like blogs which different contributors have written over time. So as you can see, one has been written by Aditya, who just presented the Jekyll pages, and then we have one by Lee himself, and then one by Gaurav. So yeah, we have the writing program, which is basically writing blogs and uh, posting blogs or reviews, or again in this blog section. So yeah, we need volunteers for that. So if anyone is anyone interested in writing blogs here, or would like to take up a blog? Hmm. There are plenty of
Yeah,
resources.
I have been assigned one by I think wait, I'll tell you her name, Diksha
Yeah, Deepesha. Yeah,
on
Yes.
yeah, on IC, infrastructure as code.
yeah. Okay, cool. So you're working on infrastructure as code, right? And writing the blog.
Yeah, yeah. And one more thing about the issue you had raised about the two broken links. Can I work on that? Because I had opened an issue regarding the same, but there was another, like the same issue was reported, I guess, beforehand, before me.
Yeah, you can definitely work on them. Work on them. You can open a PR, but for now we are still not sure where to point uh,
Okay, okay,
the
yeah.
newcomers to. So you can obviously work on that issue, but will once we get a confirmation where
All right,
what needs to be done, you can definitely fix that issue.
all right.
Uh, yeah, and yeah, talking about the blogs, it's a great way of contributing to the organization as in a non-code way, as I said. So if anyone is interested in taking up any of the blogs, uh, check out the community calendar which we have, which is again on the newcomers page. If you go to, I think, newcomers meeting, you'll get the. This is the community calendar, and we also have something called the content calendar. I'll just show you. Uh, does anyone have a link to the content calendar? Utkarsh, do you have a link to the content calendar?
I think just a sec.
Oh no, I do. I don't. Don't worry. I got it. So yeah, this is the content calendar, guys. You can take up any of the blogs at the bottom at this content calendar. So yeah, we have a lot of topics which are still pending. Like we need to write a blog on that.
You can
If you
just paste
scroll
paste
to
this
the
in chat
bottom,
box today.
yeah, I'll just paste it in the chat box. I think if you, yeah, right. So basically, yeah, it has been shifted to the top of the page. So all these are resource articles or blogs that we need that are needed to be published. So if anyone wants to take up, like for example, now Pranav was, as he said, understanding ISE was working on this, so he has his name here. But we have a lot of other blogs or topics as well that are like open for anyone to work on. So you can either you can write your name beside that particular article, or you can ping anyone like Deepesha or me, so that we can assign you with whatever topic you want. So I'll paste this link in the chat so you can check out the community calendar and see if any topic interests you as such about writing blogs. So Here we go. So this is the content calendar again. There are a lot of topics. You have plenty of resources online, so it's a great way of contributing again, writing a blog. Cool. Yep. This is done review required designs. We have covered this topic as well. Next up, we have topic from Yash, which is a review on the 3D integration folder. Do we have him today in this meeting?
Yes, I'm here. Can you all hear me?
Yeah. You do you want to share your screen?
Yeah.
Can you just paste the link of your PR to?
Actually, I didn't raise the PR. I just wanted few suggestion on it. So
Okay, sure. You can share your screen.
Yeah. Okay, I need to quit and open it. I just bought a Mac right now, and it has few, I don't know, privacy and security issues. So I just quit and just join again.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Till then, I think we'll cover the next topic, but Krishna is not here on the call as well today. Cool then. Leonard, would you like to go ahead with your discussion forum integration, or should we wait for Yash?
Okay, mine is just a few things. So I'll post the link to my preview, and I would explain because sorry, I'm using mobile, so I can't really get share my screen. So the link is on the chat.
Yeah, okay, I'll share the screen. Just a minute. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So in the view of trying to utilize the free APIs that we are getting from the Discourse forum, Lee suggested that we had some stuff like this, like the top post in the Meshery guide that's related to a tag. So he actually started this PR. He made this PR, but then I suggested some UI changes, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I should go on and probably make my own PR out of his PR." And this was what really I came up with. It's just I think the top 10 recent discussion of that has the tag Meshery CTL on the discussion forum. This is like a move to also incorporate some of the free data we get from the accessible APIs from the discussion forum. This is just the first. There's an intention to go forward with maybe the leaderboard that we actually have in terms have in mind of implementing in this doc.meshery.io as well. So this is just I would call it the first in the pipeline. So I want to hear reviews. Do you guys think this is very nice having it in a place like this where you have to maybe you're trying to look through and you see? Do you think the UI looks good? What other suggestions do you have to make it look better? And so that is that's it for this particular PR.
Yeah, great work. I think first of all, a great work about integrating the Discuss forum with the documentation. So for those of you who don't know, we do have a documentation site for Meshery. So it includes everything from community to how to start contributing to all the latest releases of the Meshery UI, FAQs, all the supported integrations and platforms that we have. So it's a vast collection of all resources that you can find under one page. So we have a documentation site for that. And again, we also have a separate Discuss forum, which is discuss.layer5.io, where you can ask any of your doubts right from if you get any error setting up a specific repository, or in any error which is basically about Git or anything like that. So we have a Discuss forum for that as well, where people ask their doubts, like for example, facing an error in setting up Meshery locally, or error installing Meshery or Ubuntu 22.04. So yeah, this is the discuss forum we have. So what Leonard's PR talks about or has done is basically integrated all of the relevant topics which come under the Meshery CLI, which are the top, I believe, the top 10 topics, so that we can see them here as well in the documentation section. So again, a great work, Leonard. So yeah, he is open for like reviews and suggestions as to how he can make it better, if anyone has any. So all these are basically linked to the discuss forum, if you see. So all of these point to the discuss forum. Basically the top 10 discussions regarding Meshery CLI. I think Lee has worked on, Leonard, do you have Lee's preview as well? I think he has worked on Meshery, right?
I have pasted the link for the least PR. You can have a look.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. So yeah, guys, any suggestions about how we can make this better or any positive feedback for Leonard, you can feel free to open your mic. Cool. There's one more. I think.
I think I should get his preview from. There's a preview. I think it's from the. I don't know. Let me try getting it. He sent it to Slack.
Yeah, I think we have the preview. Just a minute.
All right.
Okay, we have a preview. So
you have to click. You have to go to guides. Click on guides. Guides.
Meshery,
Just
right?
guides. No, guides. Just
That's
guides. Yeah, on the yes, and then click on the Meshery CLI. I think that should actually Meshery CLI that is close under. Yeah. I think that's not pretty like it's UI. It's not UI friendly. It doesn't really show that it's a link there, but it's actually a link. I think we should actually look into that as well.
Yeah, but I think Lee has worked on Meshery, right? So if we can present that as well today, or you both are working on the same.
No. Like Lee made this PR. I actually suggested a fix, like maybe the padding and some other things.
Okay.
And
He himself is not here today, I think. Or is
yeah,
he?
so he was like I should like rework on it. Like add if you look at it, it's almost same, but then with just some few UI changes. So that's like the difference with my PR. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Right. There is noticeable difference, right? Cool. Yeah. So here we have a little bit of padding and okay, right.
Yeah.
Good.
Does that.
Any suggestions for this PR or any reviews or any appreciation that you would like to give? No one?
Yeah, there's something that I would like to call out, and maybe it's already been called out, but that is that this particular integration between the discussion forum and the doc site. Well, one, I think Casey probably already spoke to this, but we need similar integrations across, I don't know, 4 other sites. And showing showing related blog posts, that's great. But Casey probably also noted that there's a bunch of other statistics, other things to show and integrate into the other sites. So there are volunteers needed for that. It's not the most difficult thing to do. It's like, but it's kind of, if you haven't done it before, it's a little bit noodle tickling. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, the particular enhancement that we were just looking at inside of the Meshery docs, it could stand for some improvement. Not only is Casey highlighting maybe some aesthetic improvement, but also the manner in which the integration is performed. Right now, this particular integration with this component, this UI component, recent discussions, that section, it looks for locally available JSON files. There are 2 JSON files currently, one for any posts that have the tag Meshery CTL, and a different JSON file for any posts that have the tag Meshery, just quote Meshery. And that's a little static. So those JSON files only get refreshed, well, never right now. And there's an open ticket, I think Gobi maybe picked up, making sure that refreshes once a night. Great. There's a step further that someone else could take it, and that is to do away with having those static JSON files, but instead directly link to the discussion forum itself. Those same JSON files are publicly available. And so all of that's noted inside of some open issues that need volunteers. And so the reason I interjected was just to say, this is one example of a number of different ways in which these sites can be integrated, and we need help. And the nice thing about the need for help is that, well, I think these are kind of fun when you get to integrate 2 sites, but also it's not the most challenging thing. So I would think almost anybody that's on the call here might have success. So I encourage everybody to raise your hand, say something in Slack, say something right now if you're interested. So do talk to Casey. He's the right person.
Lee, thank you. So I'm sorry, I have one more question. Instead of this, so when I was working on this, I had some conflict between leaving the bullet at a green dot or just leaving it as the generic black dot. So I don't know. I want to know if we should start using this particular dot right now as everywhere, or so that it will be like I don't know, the same everywhere, instead of just having this here and having the other one there. So I had that conflict in my mind. So I would appreciate if there's a suggestion on this particular aesthetics at this point.
Yeah, I'll speak to that. I see why now there's confusion. This is a terribly done, customization. For whomever, Casey, if you're sharing, do you mind zooming in on your browser with like a Command ++ or like a? And if you
No, I'm sharing. I'll do it.
Oh, cool.
He's sharing for me. Yeah.
Oh, cool. If you keep doing it,
okay, it's a Meshery logo. Right?
Oh yeah, pretty terrible on my part.
Wow.
So that doesn't mean that. So either, or I would suggest that either this list style image needs to be, made much larger so that it's clear it's not a hyperlink. It's just a fancy bullet type. Or if we don't make it larger, we should probably do away with it, because to Leonard's point, to Casey's point, it looks like a misplaced hyperlink. So
it's not really about the hyperlink. I'm thinking that it looks way different from other lists. Like lists just looks looks awkward when compared to the one above, the black dots. So I don't know, like we need to just be consistent in everything, like in the design. So I don't know if we should go with the dot, the green logo, or we should continue with the normal bullet, that's the dark point. Or that's what I'm trying to find out. So like which do you, to the community, prefer, so that we know that okay, we are being consistent across the website or across the documentation. Yeah. I think the green logo looks nice. I just want to get feedback from other people. I think it looks nice as well. So
we can maybe, just maybe, if we have the green logo on hover, will it look nice? It's just a question as well as a suggestion. at the same time. Like it's black, but when you point your mouse above the link or even on the entire topic itself, it turns to green, something like that.
I think that would, okay, what happens is that I'll try to, try to go ahead and do some other things, and maybe probably leave the green logo for other, like consistent with the green logo across other lists as well, and see how that looks. But I understand what you mean, Eshan. It looks pretty to me right now.
Yeah. Any other feedback about the integration? I believe Lee, you were saying something, right? I just cut you off, I think.
No. I was going to say I was going to shut my mouth so that the thing that Casey was asking for could be facilitated. Like, hey, I don't really have an opinion here. He's got a great point. You can almost never have enough green. Almost, and we've reached that point in a few areas. And I would say that if it's not readily understood or visible that that's the Meshery logo, which like it's not, then even if Casey and the rest of you were to end up deciding to go with this green thing, that it can't stay in its current form because it's not achieving, because it's confused. I mean, like, yeah, if you don't understand that it's the logo, then for me, I would just think, oh, hey, somebody didn't start and stop the A tag, the hyperlink tag in the right place, and there's an overflow. These guys are kind of sloppy, whatever. I'll ignore it and probably just click on the words, but, kind of annoying. Plus, yeah, to Casey's point, it's like, oh, somebody hacked in an integration into these two different sites. You can tell because, again, they were sloppy with the bullet points. There's such a difference between the two. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'll let it slide because this is an open source project and, UX sucks in open source. Whoa. Like that. Let's not go there. Like, that's not true. That's exactly what Casey's pointing out. So I'm going to withdraw myself from the conversation before I start talking to myself because you all will come up with something better. And I think Casey has a couple of good points here. So.
Cool. Yeah. Casey, you had anything else to say about this, or?
No. I think for right now, this okay for now. I would actually try to experiment a few things. Maybe Lee just made a point that hits me. If it's not actually to you looking at it, if it doesn't show a Meshery logos to an extent, it's not really showing anything. It's more like just a design, right? So, and the intentions, I guess, is he wanted it to show a Meshery logo and stuff. So I'll see if making it bigger makes it look fine UI wise. If it doesn't, I think we'll have to default back to just being the default black dots for list items. So yes, I will experiment and we update the PR as well. Yeah.
Then I also noticed they are not clickable as well. So if we are to keep it green, they should point to the same discussion, I think.
Yeah. There wasn't and we didn't want to make everything clickable. We just wanted to that's why the article was highlighted in green. So that is only the thing we need you to click. We don't need all the details to be clickable. Just the article, not the article, the discussion topics. So that is what we actually need to be clickable. So this looks great. Maybe I don't know. Nobody actually talked anything about said anything about the dates. So maybe the dates we can't tell if it was 2021, 2021 or 2022. So I was hoping I would get feedback on that point. So but then adding the dates also would be awesome. Maybe the year rather on the date, maybe just just the last two digits. So I needed those kind of feedback from everybody looking at this. But then since there is none, I would just go with my intuition or what I think looks nice. And I would ask for feedback in the website channel so that we won't spend all our whole time on this particular topic. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. If you guys have any other feedback for Casey that you're not willing to tell us right now, but you would like to tell him specifically, we do have the website channel for that. So you can let him know about if the dates need to be at the end or if it's fine as it is. So yeah, it's a great topic for discussion as well. Yeah. I think this, no, yeah. Okay. Casey, you have one more topic, which is the leaderboard implementation.
Sorry, I was talking, I didn't even know. Okay, so for the leaderboard topic, I think this work would start. I'm trying to pull some other person. I'm trying to think out the UI. I spoke with a friend. He really thinks the UI we had before wasn't really like the best of them, and so I got him to join the community. I'm hoping that we'll work together and see if we get better. Obviously, what to do is very simple. I think the thought process on where or how to do this is like the important thing, and I don't want to get it wrong. In as much as it could be an iterative process, right? So once this is done, we would just implement the leaderboard on. At least we could start with docs or Meshery or Meshery. Which of them just one of the sites and see how it go from there. It's more like trying to implement what is done already on the other websites. And also, I think I will make a doc. I will make a doc of the list of open-ended APIs so that we'll see the data that are returned. This is because we want everyone, like members of the community, to think out what we could do with this data, right? Just the way we put the top 10 recent discussions with the Meshery tag, we could actually like decide, oh, how do we actually use these APIs to maybe get some fancy metrics and put on some places, right? So this would actually help us facilitate engagement as well as like show our newcomers contents that are really, really interesting and maybe could motivate them to do more for the community. All right. So I believe there are so many people in the shadows, and this is because some of the works people do usually go, most of them go unnoticed. It's not like we don't notice them, but sometimes you can't keep tabs with 3,000 people in the community. You only know quite a few that joins the call. So showing these metrics would actually go a long way to in terms of creating awareness and publicizing people's effort as well. So that is that there's like the UX UI guys. So all these things are really, really, really like important as well, right? So I feel this would go a long way. So I would make a docs on the open-ended APIs we could access via Discourse, and then I would post on the website channel and see the ideas and the discussions and anything like feedbacks I get from people on how we could actually use this to improve the website and improve the community engagement as well. Yeah.
Great. Cool. It is written that implementation is complete. So is there anything that we can like share the screen or something like that? Because
I think I think he was talking about the other post for now. So that's like, let's just say that's like a template, right? So that's like a template at the point, yes. So there's no aside from the previous completed discussion forum, which has not been like on any live site. This particular one, the current one we are trying to do, hasn't really been implemented. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, the next topic also talks about the same thing, which is we need similar leaderboards on some of our other sites, which is Meshery.io, Nighthawk.dev, and Layer5.io as well, so that again, as Casey said, motivates newcomers and people to contribute more to the community. So yeah, that's there. We need volunteers. Yeah,
So please, can I suggest something? Sorry. For the UI guys, I'm thinking, why not? So instead of posting links in the website channel, posting designs, sometimes these designs get mixed up. Like not everyone checks everything, right? So I'm really out to help these people like get recognition for their hard work, right? Why not, for every design you make, you could actually have like a thread on the discussion forum where you post like a picture, the way you post it on the website channel. And then when you post these pictures, you could come to the community and like you can tag me, tag Lee, tag Eshan that you've made this design. We'll help you push this design to other of our channels for people to go and review your designs, and there will be discussions around in that place, right? So with this, we'll know, okay, like you're obviously being noticed in the community. You're not just coming to put a design and then jump on the call to make some input and everybody goes to just implement and nobody knows who is doing what on your end, right? So these things, and then your designs will be upvoted, right? That is why we have like the voting the voting feature on Discourse. So your designs will be upvoted. Obviously, the UI guy with the highest upvote, you know that this person has like the design has been chosen by the community members. Now, this is easy to even use that metrics to build something for the UI guys, like the top voted UI guy for the year, depending on how many count of votes that you have for your designs that you posted, right? So I think that is better. Sometimes when you post design, it gets mixed up in the whole messages coming into other channels, right? And not so many people comment. But right now, you could push out your design to Twitter, like the link to your design to Twitter. That can make people come to the community as well and see the good work you're doing, right? You're recognized both in the community and outside the community. This could go a long way for them as well. So I feel that could be ask questions on discussion forum, because when the leaderboards are set up, this is all we have to. This is how you get recognized, right? So just let's use discussion forum for a lot of things, and then post links and tag any mentor or meshmates or you feel like that would go ahead to help you push these things through. I'm really looking forward to that. So thanks, Eshan.
Yeah, a great suggestion by Casey. That again, as I was talking about the writers program batch, as you can see here, we have a lot of threads. Like Alvin opened a thread, then we have Chino Anand opened a thread, then Shivam opened a thread. So all of this is confusing, right? So as Casey said, instead of doing all this, what if you just, for example, like go to discuss.layerfi.io, just open up a new topic here and say, oh, hey, this is my new design for the writers program that was required, and just post your image here. So not only like the entire community can see your design, but also you'll get comments and feedback and upvotes on your design, and you will obviously get recognized in the community as well, that okay, this guy is making designs, he's posting on the discussion forum. So yeah, great uh, great alternative suggestion by Casey about putting your designs on the discussion forum. So yeah, cool. I'll just write that down. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that was our last topic for today, I think. The rest of the topics, Deepesha, Krishna, and Gaganpreet are not here today. So I think we'll cover them in maybe the Meshery dev call or the next meeting. What do you think? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I guess we're slightly over time. There's a writing program though, and it's described inside of the Community Handbook, which is on the layer5.io website. There's a handbook and there's a writing program that's described in there. One of the contributors, DHEE is his handle in Slack. He just got done designing a new icon for a writing program badge, and actually a few other folks have designed drafts for that same icon. And anyway, people that participate in the program, they should get badged up. Like by badged up, I mean on their member profile here on the Layer5.io website. There's a number of you that are on the call right now that have profile. So speaking of profiles, there's a number of you that have profiles on this site. Wonderful. There's some of you that don't, and should you like to have one, that'd be fantastic. The way that aspect of the community generally works is like that at some point, if you keep showing up here and doing stuff and engaging and expressing an opinion and learning and sharing and etc., then inevitably you'll just be asked to do more or review this or engage. And there's a number of community managers here, and there's a structured way in which they take contributors on a contributor journey, on a contributor ladder, if you will. And so one of those relatively early steps is to we'll get invited to any one of the 5 different GitHub organizations that the community has projects within, or to invite them to have a profile here. There's actually a bunch of steps within there. But anyway, point is, if you have one, or if you don't, great, come get one. And if you do, well, it's time that we start to do more review on ensuring that for all of the badges that are available, everybody's badged up, or like everybody's for the different projects that they've participated in or programs that they've participated in, that they're well represented with badges on their profile. It's like a collect the whole set kind of a thing. So I'm not sure if anybody does have the whole set. There might be a few people that should, and they just haven't. We just don't have them on their profile. So cool. Yeah, there's a lot going on, a lot to get involved in. For the most part, it's go get involved, like go make a suggestion, and it's usually that people are saying, yeah, that makes sense, let's do that. Not no. It's usually like, yeah, let's go do that. Casey just had a great one. Like, hey, one way to discuss and help get recognized some of the work that goes into visual design or UX in particular, or any work. Like, yeah, the forum is a great place for that. Some of the forum needs to be updated. The forum itself is just an instance of discourse.org. And we've themed it, all of you have themed it and turned on plugins and so on. And this is my own opinion, it's just pretty good. There's some room, but what else are we doing? Or like, you can vote on here. Well, what does that mean? Like, how many votes do you get, and when do they get refilled? And what does it mean if something wins all the votes? Or like, I don't know. So far, nothing. Well, maybe we should do something about that. Or let's turn off the votes. Or I don't know. Those are all great questions for you all to come answer and figure out, hey, why are we going to tweet out who got all the votes? Well, shit, I think so. We should. Are we doing it? No. Who runs those Twitters? There's like 3 of them. I don't know. Well, you all do. So let's do it. So anyway, the point is like, you're here for some reason or another. And whatever that reason is, like, let's get busy on that. And so, yeah, it's almost a new year. It's time for some new commitments. Let's do it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you, Lee. Again, we all 3 of us again emphasize so much on the discussion forum. So yeah, at least you should check it out once. If not, open a topic or thread on the discussion forum. Just make sure you check the discussion forum out once and see how it works, or yeah, stuff like that. So I believe we have covered most of the topics today, and we are slightly over 10 minutes over time as well. The integration sheet progress can be covered in the next meeting, and the docs website restructuring also can be covered in the next meeting or the Meshery dev call, because both of them are not here today. So yeah, cool, guys. Thank you for joining, everyone. It was a great call. Yeah, if anyone has any question, you can ask, but then we can just end the call. Okay, if there are no questions, then cool. Bye, everyone. A great call.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.